Thank you for watching my channel. Please subscribe and like. Now back to the news. Jim Gordon, the prolific session drummer who played with some of rock's biggest stars including the Beach Boys, several Beatles and Eric Clapton, whose classic Layla he's credited with co-writing before he was sentenced to prison for killing his mother, died Monday at the state-run California medical facility in Vacaville. He was 77. His death was confirmed by a publicist, Bob Merlis, who said Gordon died of natural causes, after a long incarceration and lifelong battle with mental illness. A Los Angeles native, Gordon was a member of the so-called wrecking crew of studio musicians who shaped the sound of countless pop hits in the late 1960s. Among the records he appeared on were Glen Campbell's Gentle on My Mind, Mason Williams' Classical Gas, and the Beach Boys' influential Pet Sounds LP. In the 70s, he played on Carly Simon's You're So Vain, a #1 hit on Billboard's Hot 100, Albert Hammond's It Never Rains in Southern California, and Rikki Don't Lose That Number by Steely Dan, in addition to songs and albums by John Lennon, Harry Nilsson, Traffic, Dyke Parks, Seals and Crofts, Art Garfunkel and many others. Gordon's drum break on the Incredible Bongo Band's rendition of Apache from 1973 became a foundational hip-hop sample used in more than 750 songs, according to the website WoSampled, including tracks by the Sugar Hill Gang, MC Hammer, LL Cool J, Busta Rhymes, the Wu-Tang Clan and Nas. Clapton always praised Jim for what he called the Big Phil, said veteran rock critic Joel Selvin, whose biography of Gordon is due to be published next year. And Ringo Starr thought he was the greatest rock drummer ever. It wasn't just his surgical skill and his extraordinarily developed technique, but this intuitive element that elevated his drum part on every record he played on. James Beck Gordon was born July 14, 1945, and grew up in Sherman Oaks. His father was an accountant and his mother a nurse. After learning to play drums in high school, he got a gig at age 17, with the help of a fake ID, according to a 1994 profile in the Washington Post, backing the Everly Brothers on tour in England. Later, his session work led to a job with Delaney and Bonnie, the soul rock outfit whose guitarist at the time was Clapton. Gordon and Clapton went on to form Derek and the Dominoes, who were first heard playing behind George Harrison on his 1970 triple album, All Things Must Pass. Derek and the Dominoes released one studio album, Layla and Other Assorted Love Songs, in 1970, a 7-minute title track, which was inspired by Clapton's infatuation with Harrison's then-wife Pattie Boyd, made the top 10 of both the American and British singles charts.